Welcome back to NewsWire here on SportsGrid. With the football season complete, it's time to get into some football with a U. Kyle Bonn joins us now. It's been a while since we checked in with Kyle on the soccer pitch. We're going to go over some results in the Champions League, get some previews from the upcoming weekend in the Premier League as well. Kyle, great to have you back on NewsWire, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, great to be back on. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I was a little hurt, but you know what? We're back. We're here. That's okay. Bygones are bygones.
Yeah, it's football. Football season's tough, man. And we got March Madness straight ahead. But speaking of madness, let's go over some of the Champions League results from Tuesday and Wednesday. And Kyle, let's start off with Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Really, really good matchup here. What do you make of sort of the way that this is going down?
Yeah, one of the best matchups of the round of 16. I was actually really surprised at how clean the first leg was. These teams hate each other, and it sparks a lot of fury and frustration on the pitch often. I was on the over for yellow cards in that first leg, and they had one. So I'm a bit surprised at how subdued that first leg was, both from a disciplinary standpoint and from a chances standpoint. Real Madrid won that game 2-1, but there weren't a ton of chances. That's kind of how Atletico Madrid like it, is to keep a lid on the game, both home and away. But this is still very much in the balance. Atletico Madrid are a much better team at home than they are on the road. Not as much this year, but if you go over the course of Diego Simeone's managerial tenure at Atletico Madrid, they have always played much better at home. So getting the second leg at home, I still like Atletico Madrid's chances to get through this one, especially where the odds are. They are heavy underdogs, especially given that Real Madrid won the first leg. You can get some really good value on Atletico Madrid getting a surprise here, because Real Madrid are a flawed team this season. They always seem to have that European magic, but they're a flawed team this year, and I really think Atletico Madrid have a chance.
All right, so PSG Liverpool, let's break this one down. Sort of a stunning result here, as PSG seems like on paper they should have been the winner of this one. How did Liverpool pull it out?
Liverpool's luck this year is off the charts. Don't get me wrong. They're one of the best teams in Europe, if not the best team in Europe right now. But the breaks that have gone their way this season are incredible. They got outshot in this game 27-2, and PSG could not put the ball in the back of the net. You have to give a lot of credit to Alisson, Liverpool's goalkeeper, who made 9 incredible saves. He was outstanding. He called it the best performance of his career, but PSG just blew it here, and I just can't see them winning at Anfield and reversing this tie, reversing this scoreline. I think they've blown their opportunity. They dominated those 90 minutes and then got starstruck at the end by a cheap counterattack goal. It never should have gone this way. PSG are a very good team. Ousmane Dembele is maybe top 3 for the Ballon d'Or this year. I don't think many people realize that, but they've blown their chance. I think Liverpool will go through here.
All right, so Liverpool will take them on and see how far they can go. By the way, they've been fantastic. If you take a look at all of their wins, I mean, 4-0, 2-0, 2-0 against Man City, 2-0 again, and then that 1-0 against against PSG. And when you look at this matchup coming up on Tuesday, as you mentioned, is there any position to take here? Because it basically is even money to take Liverpool to win.
Yeah, I was wanting to be on the under in the first leg, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger. And I wish I had, because I think you go under again here on the goals total. I think Liverpool are just so good defensively. Obviously, you've got the performance that Alisson put in the first leg. They got battered in that first leg and didn't concede. I find it hard to see how they don't keep a lid on this game in the second leg as well and just sort of see it out. I think PSG will throw all they've got at it, but we've seen earlier this year that PSG don't finish well. Mm-hmm. They were in trouble in the first half of the Champions League phase, down at the bottom of the table, because they couldn't finish chances. They were one of the best attacking teams in the league phase, and through the first half, they just really struggled to put the ball in the net. So I think Liverpool just lean on their defensive prowess here, and maybe you get like a 1-1 draw, but there's a number of ways that this can go under that 2.5 goal total, and you'll probably get a pretty good number on it.
All right, fair enough. Let's head over to the Premier League. And, certainly Liverpool's had their way this season, but one of the big matchups coming up is on Sunday between Manchester United and Arsenal. Do you have any position in this upcoming matchup?
Yeah, I also like the under here. I've been playing unders a little bit this season because a lot of the totals have been inflated just because, attacking football is what everybody loves to see. Everybody wants to play overs, and the number of goals in games overall has been increasing. But if you can get a couple of big name teams playing each other at a high total, you can play the unders, and I think this is a good spot for it. Manchester United just don't have a very good attack. Arsenal put 7 past PSG midweek in the Champions League on like 1.5 XG because the PSV goalkeeper had a nightmare. So I think that can inflate the market a little bit. And Arsenal don't have a striker. So I think you play the under in two teams that struggle to put the ball in the net.
All right, and then one more matchup here this weekend. Tottenham is playing, and I know you have a position on that matchup as well.
Yeah, this is one you can just, whatever the number is, go over because these are two teams that like to play chaos ball. They like to muck it up. Tottenham have a couple of players just coming back from injury along the back in defense, but Bournemouth can cause problems for just about anybody in the Premier League, and I think you get goals.
All right. Finally, I want to get here to the World Cup because it's coming fast here, Kyle, in 2026. I know Club World Cup is coming this summer, which should be a lot of fun. I want to show people the odds here because, again, I think that this is going to be something that's very interesting to watch, especially considering Messi could be involved in this as well. So Man City is plus 390 and Real Madrid is plus 450. So are those fair to be the favorites there?
I've never shied away from taking a favorite, Craig. I think especially in futures, there's nothing wrong with it. Man City, I would stay miles away from Man City here. They've had a nightmare of a season. They're in total flux. I just don't think that they would be a team to pick here. They may bring some youth players as well. So I think Real Madrid could be a good play, but you could get some value down there below the top 2.
All right. Thanks, Kyle, for coming on. We'll follow you over at Sporting News and get some good picks coming up this weekend. Thanks again.
Thank you.